Hey, my name is Ray Flores. I'm a proud and loyal member of the First and 10 Tailgate. You're listening to First and 10 with my man, the main man, Foz.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 30 of First and 10 with Foz, man. The big 3-0 tonight.
That's wild, man.
Along with me, as always, is my undercover lover, Mike Maxwell. How we doing tonight, Maxwell?
Pretty good. By you, man.
Better than that Thursday night game.
So you got to enjoy a Sunday with no Bears. It was nice.
Dude, it was nice. I had a whole entire day of just nothing but red zone, dude, and it was just glorious.
Dude, good on Sunday. Every game came down to like a field goal.
Dude, it was phenomenal. Dude, I loved it, man. It was beautiful. It wasn't aggravated. I didn't cry myself to sleep. Nothing.
No, got a good night's rest.
So today, as normal, we'll go through some news for the last week. We'll talk about that terrible, terrible snooze fest game from Thursday Night Football, and then we're going to talk about the Lions game coming up on Sunday with special guest Mark Pilgrim Mullins, man. The Pilgrim, the guy we've seen on TV on Thanksgiving, I think since we've been born almost. I mean,
dude, I remember seeing him on my grandpa's couch in the 90s.
Dude, I was a little kid. I always remember like the people dressed up.
The silver helmets with the silver pants and the games with the Lions getting stomped at every Thanksgiving.
If you would have told me back then, like, he's going to be on your show one day, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, anyways, let's start out with some news, guys. So Roquan Smith is back in the news for the Bears talking shit. He said, man, it makes me so happy just knowing my career is not going down the drain. And the sense of playing somewhere where I'm not truly competing for a title. I mean, it was very well put together phrasing, I guess. I mean, do you really blame him? Can you be mad at him?
Name the lie.
He's not lying. I mean, he was still a little butthurt about not getting his contract. You know, David Montgomery kind of did his little shit talking too. I mean,
yeah, I don't blame him.
I guess I don't get the only thing I don't get the point now. Like, it's done with, it's over with. Like, move forward. Like,
somebody asked him about it. It was nice. Yeah. It's refreshing to hear an honest answer. Instead of the typical football answer, he got his contract, so what does he care? So,
it's funny though how that made like a big news. Just that comment right there.
Yeah, it was all over last week. But hey, man, you got his money. He's playing great.
The man got his money. He's one of the best MLBs in the league, and I wish he was still on our team.
It seemed like a guy would have been good to build around, but hey, whatever, man.
So before the game on Thursday night, they handed out this fucking monstrosity. Dude, what the fuck is that? Who working for the organization looked at that and said, okay, go print that? It's literally the opposing team's colors.
Yeah, that was a dick.
Now, I don't know if people understand how rally towels work, but you wave them around in the air, and when you're doing that, all you do is see the colors on the towel. So they're seeing it was like Panthers towels being waved around, dude. Like, as soon as I saw that, I laughed.
Yeah, if like you have like a similar color, usually you go to your other color, like orange. Like, you know, when the Cubs did it in some playoffs, they did like
Bears colors, like orange, blue, white.
I mean, if you think the blue's close, go with the orange. So
yeah,
I mean,
orange camo is like a thing. Like, why wouldn't you do the Bears orange camo? Like, why are we doing the opposing team colors?
It wasn't sharp.
Dude, it just was like, it was the perfect start to that game. Like, that was like the prelude of everything to come.
Yeah.
To say the least about the game was a snooze fest, 16-13. Field goal fest, two bad teams going back and forth. One's terrible. One is also the other is also terrible, but not supposed to be terrible.
Yeah.
And it was just a bad game to watch. I mean, we're not going to get too much into it, only because there's nothing really too much to talk to.
No.
Dude, except for an interesting fact. Now, I don't think a lot of people know this. I know this because of my inside stuff, but the game actually won an award, and I'm not sure you're aware of that, Maxwell.
It was a Foz Thursday night classic. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
that game was born and bred for Thursday night football. Like when you look up Thursday night football, that image should pop up right there.
Yeah, at least if it's like two good teams and they have a bad night, it's like, well, at least they're still fun players to watch. But it was painful. I mean, it was exactly what you expected it to be. Two shit teams coming off a quick week.
Yeah.
Neither one wants to make mistakes. The Panthers are awful. An awful football team.
I mean, it's the best way I can describe two teams trying to purposely lose, or I don't know, or just trying not to be productive.
You could tell what the Bears' offensive game plan was to just don't turn it over, don't lose the game. Like whatever we got to do, as many 2-3 yard slant routes and handoffs to the right side as we can do, because don't screw this game up.
Traditional Bears football at its finest.
Yeah, I mean they could have closed their eyes and lucked into that way. That Panthers team is awful. So
yeah, dude, yeah,
it was bad. I mean, there were some nice highlights, but it was bad.
So let's start with the technicals of the offense. Again, just nothing but bad short throws the entire game.
Yeah,
Bajan, hopefully his last game, in my opinion, 20 for 33, 162 yards. Not even a throw, not even a touchdown, dude.
No,
162 yards in 4 quarters, dude, and 20 completions. That's
he was told to just don't throw it further than 5 yards because you can't anyway. But
his arm was probably sore from a Sunday still because he doesn't have
all week. He was just told, don't throw it to the opposing fucking jersey ever, or we'll pull you out. Yeah. Like, don't, whatever you do. Like, if it looks bad, throw it away. Don't dick around.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
No, I was just going to say a little flickering candle of hope was Foreman. 21 carries, 80 yards, and on both sides, the only touchdown in the entire game, which...
yeah, he's good, man. I mean, the Bears at least have a good depth at running back. I mean, if you want to give him that. He's good. Cole Kmet had a pretty nice game, too.
Yeah, it was decent. Nothing crazy. I mean...
No, but he's turning into a legitimate player. I mean, he's not fucking going to be Kelsey, but he looks like he should be out there and he's earning his contract that he got paid.
I totally agree. Now, the question is, if and when Fields returns, is he going to utilize them like how Bajan's been utilizing? Because we've really only seen the utilization of Kmet since Bajan's
You saw some with Fields. I mean, he seemed to be his lifesaver
DJ Moore when Fields.
Well, he shouldn't be. DJ Moore should be getting all the targets. I mean, fuck that. Cole Kmet can eat off the rest of that table. But
speaking of which, DJ Moore only 5 receptions for 58 yards again, man. But again, averaging over 10 yards a reception. I mean, I just don't get it, dude. Like, the guy's averaging first down catches every time he gets his hands on the ball. Why are we just not continually throwing to him nonstop?
I don't get it. I mean, I heard the Raiders coach this week was talking about Devontae Adams, and he said, I know who the best players on offense. We're going to get that by.
Yeah.
Well, why don't the Bears do the same? I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I completely understand, man. I completely understand. Other than that, Santos had 3 field goals, and from 36, 30. I'm trying here, man.
It's fine. He got to shower and he got to ride home on the big boy plane.
I'm trying to get technical a little bit. Other than that, defense was abrasive and fantastic versus a very, very, very bad offense and offensive.
We got to preface it that, but hey, Montez Sweat. I mean, you see immediately how much of an impact he makes, man.
Dude, they had 3 touches on him, but
there were 3 sacks in that game. Yeah. It was an actual NFL defense.
But he actually opened up 9 QB hits.
Absolutely.
On the
defense, 2 rookies in the middle, Dexter and the other kid, Pickens. They actually showed up and played pretty good. I think Ngakoue had a sack.
Yeah, I mean, there should have been 3 interceptions, all that were dropped.
Yeah, the Sanborn one was really egregious.
Stevenson's was pretty
bad too. Also really bad. So, yeah, that's worrisome. That probably kept the Panthers in the game a lot longer than they should have been in the game. The Panthers should have been out of that game by halftime.
Oh, dude, no doubt. I mean, I don't even know what more to say about the game, dude. It was just
I mean, they don't have an offense that even operates as an offense. It was really bad.
Dude, TJ Edwards, man, leading the way. Mm-hmm. He's on pace right now for 200 tackles before the end of the season, which has ever been done by a Bear so far. So, I mean, I don't think he's getting the limelight he's kind of deserving right now. But, dude, again, he had 12 tackles. Brisker had an awesome game, too. Mm-hmm. He had 9. Then Gordon was lights out, too, dude. And he had 8 tackles, too. So, I mean, definitely a bunch of awesome stuff.
I guess if you want to look at silver lining and all of it is that you can see how much better the Bears defense is than the Panthers. I mean, as a whole. I mean, if you want
versus the Panthers,
I mean, when you get bums, you slay them. So, I mean, you at least bum sling. That's at least a step in the right direction. You're not you play down your competition on the offensive side, but you're at least seeing your defense play competently and shut down a team they should shut down. So I guess if you want to look at it in a positive light, there's something there.
Yeah, like we were talking about Montez Sweat. He had 3 hits like we talked about, which opened up 9. The guys you were talking about is Justin Jones, Yannick got, Green got, Dexter all got to the QB too. So finally some rushing, some pressures happening, some touching of the QB.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to need that going into Sunday's game versus the Lions, my friends.
Yeah, it could be a bloodbath.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Other than that, dude, again with the defense stopping the run, dude, we held Hubbard to 26 yards the entire time, man. Like, great run defense, dude. I got nothing bad to say about the defense the entire game.
You can't, other than the missed picks. I mean, other than that, they played.
I mean, the biggest thing, which isn't technically defense, is special teams, dude. But that touchdown they gave up was just completely ridiculous. Like,
to the former Bear guy last year that like had that fucking play last year. Yeah, they got cut immediately.
Yeah, dude, no doubt. I mean, dude, in conclusion, it was just a very, very ugly game. Every Bears fan I pretty much talked to agreed, and
no one wanted to watch that
fest.
game.
No one wanted to watch it. It was horrible. Yeah. Just led into a lot of questions too, which everyone's been talking about all week, and we'll talk about now. Is Fields, dude? That thumb should be okay. He was ripping passes in practice before the Thursday night game. So, what's your take on Fields right now for the rest of the season? I mean, there's a lot of speculation about
if unless they come out with a reason to say he also needs surgery or it ain't healing right, and that other than that, he should be starting this week. I mean, the Bajan thing is over. I mean, you couldn't have watched that game and said that noodle arm fuck is going to like be your starting QB1 going forward. I mean, it's over with, dude. So don't even try to convince yourself. I mean, your only hope is that he comes back and looks good. I mean, you're going to draft a quarterback, I think, either way. But if they don't come out and say his thumb's broken or he can't play, then there's something going on behind the scenes that they don't want him to play. And it's just full-on tank mode.
See,
and
that's what I'm starting to get a little bit on his thumb.
It's been a lot of talking around it.
Or what's going on particularly, or why he's not starting. And they keep on saying, like, oh, when it's fully healed. It's like you said, when he can grip a football and throw a football, he'd be back in, but he's not back in.
Yeah.
So, I have a lot of questions going on there, man.
I'll have a lot more if they for sure say he's out this week. And they don't have an actual medical diagnosis of why he's out.
And they haven't confirmed him to be starting on Sunday yet either.
No, I did hear Eberflus say, though, that Fields, there is no qualms when Fields is healthy, he is the starter. So I did hear him say that, which is the most honest thing or concrete thing he said about Fields, period, here in the last couple of weeks.
But the question is how long are they going to play the injury game? You know, we've seen this before with other teams about, oh, he's still injured, and then, he's never coming back now. You know what I mean? You've seen it before. That's kind of my fear, especially with just how the situation with the whole organization and the relationship between Flu and Getsy and Poles and everything has been this entire year. It starts to raise some eyebrows right now. So.
It is, but as long as he's back this week, it won't. But if he's not, then it really raises a lot of questions about what the hell's going on up there.
Yeah, dude, again, like I said, talking about this season so far, man, everything just halfway through. It's been a very big season of arrogance and power struggle is the best way that I can describe it, dude. You have everyone in these management leadership roles who are just so gung-ho about doing things their way over what's best for the team, what's best for these players, what's best for the fans, what's best for the city of Chicago and the Chicago Bears, all based upon just arrogance of we don't care if it's successful. We want to do it our way.
Yeah, there's a lot of that for sure on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Getsy he took his, it's that old Scooby-Doo thing. They take the mask off and it's Matt Nagy under there. It's the same guy. It's literally the same guy. The same exact problems we had with him are the same exact problems we have now. He doesn't adhere to his game plan to the player. He's going to make his game plan work no matter what. And it's stupid. It's not how any good NFL coach stays employed, like Mike Tomlin and Belichick's maybe a bad example right now, but because they adapt to the player and what the player needs. I mean, John Harbaugh didn't want, Lamar Jackson to be his quarterback, but he's changing his game plan to make sure that guy's great, and they're great.
And what's going on right
now. So this is how you stay employed.
Championship bound right now.
I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, man. And I guess what I'm not missing is like, why are they allowing this to happen? I mean, it's pretty obvious what's happening. So why are the McCaskies and Kevin Warren sitting back watching this repeated situation of the past?
I mean, I'm not going to put it on a warrant. Well, I will at the end of the season, but going into the season, I wouldn't. They just don't want to admit another failed experiment of coaching where everything has to start over.
That was McCaskey, not Warren, who brought on polls and flew.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's on the McCaskies. I mean, at the end of the year, then we can start talking about why is the president firing these guys. But maybe they don't want to admit another failure. You fire Eberflus, who you're going to put in. You're going to fire Getsy with it. They don't. I mean, that's another bad thing about this team. They don't have any depth in coaching staff. You don't have anybody who can take over, so you're going to have to bring somebody in. It's just.
Dude, I'm getting a really, really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach that at the end of the season, we're going to have the number 1 overall pick. We're not going to fire Flew and Getsy. We're going to get rid of Fields for some sort of trade value.
I'm worried about it too.
Or draft picks. And we're going to let Flew and Poles draft their QB. And then I see it not being successful. And then we bring in another coach the following year.
Very possible.
And we start the rotation of confusing a young player over with.
If you're going to let this regime and they fire nobody, draft the number 1 overall pick, that buys them 2 years. They're not going to fire him right away. So
it's scary, man.
It is scary that they would even. I mean, you never know. This is the Bears, and they're dysfunction as it gets. So they're always a weird ass organization. So anything's possible, man. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It would have 3 weeks ago. Now it wouldn't surprise me at all.
So every week is a question mark. Probably not this weekend, though. This weekend we're playing Detroit in Detroit. With Thanksgiving approaching, us playing the Lions. Who better to have on the show than Mr. Thanksgiving himself? The man, the number 1 super fan. You've seen him on Thanksgiving. We were talking about at the beginning of the show, my entire life since I can remember being a kid. Seeing him on Thanksgiving in the Pilgrim outfit. Pleasure to have him on the show. Absolutely love him to death. Great guy. Everyone welcome Mark Pilgrim Mullins. What's going on, boss? How are you?
What do you say, fellas? All right.
Oh, man. Thanks for having me on the show, my friend. It's quite an honor. Quite an honor. Like I said, me and Maxwell over here have been watching you on Thanksgiving since we can remember, man.
Yeah,
we're more excited to talk about how good the Lions are doing too.
Oh yeah, it's so fun, and this year is just off the hook already.
Dude, yeah, and we're so happy for you guys. Like I said, you know us, we're big fans of fans. So love the Blue Crew. Blue Crew. Love the Tub Gators, dude.
Got my, so happy got my coin here.
There we go.
Oh, you bet.
It's on display, my friend. It's on display. Hell yeah, brother. You're coming to the tailgate when we play on the 10th, correct?
Yep. We're coming to your tailgate.
Pilgrim will be at 1st and 10 tailgating, my friend. Hell yeah, brother. But let's go back to the beginning, my friend, where it all started. Have you been a Detroit Lions fan your entire life?
Well, this is pretty cool. The first game I went to was in 1969 at Tiger Stadium with my dad. I was 8 years old. It was against the Bears. Isn't that great? I couldn't tell you who won. I don't remember. I was 8 years old. But you know what I do remember? My dad saying, "That's Gale Sayers' son. That's Gale Sayers' son." I could hear my dad's voice saying that, man. So that was, 8 years old. I came home with some souvenirs and started putting them on my bedroom wall. And then, I just so all my life since a kid.
That's amazing, man. Buckus wasn't on the team at 69, was he?
No.
Was he early 70s?
I thought he was late 50s, early 60s.
Is he?
I think so.
No, Buckus was not.
I think so.
I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know.
I don't know. Someone fact check that for us. Put it in the comments.
But old Tiger Stadium, with the weird roof and the weird seats in the outfield.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Corner of K-Line and Trumbull. Yep. So then really cool, I went to my first Thanksgiving game. I think 74 was the first year they moved to the Pontiac Silverdome. My dad worked for General Motors, and he got some tickets for Thanksgiving, and that was the first time we went. It's tough because my mom's real traditional about Thanksgiving and everything. We usually just watch it on TV, but that was kind of neat. I think I was in about 10th grade when I went, something like that. Teenagers. And
who would have thought you would have become Mr. Thanksgiving himself?
No kidding, man. I mean, first time the first year I had season tickets in 1991, I just decided I bet if I dress like a pilgrim, I can get on TV or something.
You were correct, my friend. You were correct.
Yep.
So was that the first time you came up with the pilgrim idea? You were a season ticket holder for the Lions. Thanksgiving Day, you're like, let's
just camera ham trying to get on TV.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
We did it up there at the Silverdome. I was a young man back then, so that was back in my wild and crazy days. That was the stuff that I really had a good time doing, man. And I still do.
One of those wild and crazy stories. We love some abrasive stuff.
Well, I got a great story for you guys. I used to take a turkey leg every year, bake it about a week before, and get it good and hard and dry. Just to make sure that it wasn't messy. And I would take that to the game, use it as a prop. Okay. Well, I had it out in the parking lot. We played football, played catch with it, dropped it on the ground, laid it down all over the place. When I went into the game in the Silverdome, I laid it on the stall while I was taking a leak and stuff. So I always make an entrance about 5 minutes before kickoff, come down the steps, waving my turkey leg, and this young kid, I say young kid, he was probably 18, hopped up out of his chair and grabbed that turkey leg and took a big old bite out of it. I turned and I looked at his buddies and I go, wait, if he only knew where that thing had been, And so I ran into him 2 or 3 times after that and told him the whole story about where it had been. And they just ragged on him and ragged on him and ragged on him. That's one of my favorite Thanksgiving stories.
That had to be ground zero for some kind of bacterial outbreak.
That's why I said you better get a rabies shot when he gets home. But wow, that was pretty hilarious.
Oh, dude!
Another time, the first time I got to go down on the field, they let me go down on the field. About 95, I think, and I was in the end zone with Rory, doing all kinds of stuff, hiking the ball to him. My buddy's up there taking pictures of me. He goes to the bathroom, drops the camera in the toilet. Not a single picture from that, man.
Pilgrim, why don't you talk about one of the most memorable games you've been to as a Detroit Lions fan? I'm sure there's been a lot of them over the years. I mean, Barry Sanders, his retirement, things of that nature. So why don't you talk about a couple of the games that were just stand out to you?
I get goosebumps when you ask me that. It was the Mike Utley game for sure. Wow. When they pulled him off the field and we were all just standing there shocked, and he had the thumbs up, and still get emotional about that. Yeah, that was the most memorable game ever. But there's a lot of them, man. I remember Billy Sims, the one of the games that he just had this huge goon. I can't remember the amount of yards he went for, but it was crazy amount of yards he went for that game at Silverdome. They were all memorable, really.
How many of those turducken legs did you ever get from Madden on your Thanksgiving?
I know. They one year they put me on there, and Madden says, "Hey, those turkey legs are for the player. How did he get one?" So that was pretty cool. He actually talked about me.
Oh, that's cool.
So Buckus was playing when you were at that game, Pilgrim.
Oh, really?
He played from 65 to 73, man.
I was way off.
You got to see the terror himself out.
How about that? Like I said, that's my sole memory of it, is my dad saying that.
We got Angela in the house. She's excited to see you when you come in town, my friend.
All right. Hi, Angela. All right.
So other than that, who's your favorite Lions player of all time and why, my friend?
What I talked about, like when I was a kid, Charlie Sanders, number 88, tight end. He caught everything that hit his hands, and he was my dad's favorite player, kind of, and that's kind of how it got to me. But then I just, I had Charlie Sanders poster on my wall, and I was fortunate enough to meet him in 1995. He was coaching for the Lions, and we went to the Lions playoff game in Philadelphia, and caught him hanging out in the lobby bar. Sit down, had a couple beers with him. He signed a football for me. It was priceless.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah, he's definitely my favorite player. Of course, everybody loves Barry, but I come from the older generation, and Charlie Sanders was my guy. And so, yeah.
That's cool. We all got our guys from our generations, and you'll ask young kids now their favorite player, and you tell them Charlie Sanders, they have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. Old Charlie Sanders. I was more of a Megatron guy myself, growing up being a Lions fan. I just remember him in the matchup on Peanut, dude, all those years, dude. It was just always games I always looked forward to watching because just such a great receiver and a great cornerback, and they would just battle it out twice a year every time the Bears played the Lions. And
I always wonder why we could never have one.
Yeah, exactly.
We went to his induction ceremony at Canton. That was great, man. It was really cool.
I bet.
So, Mark, on top of being a Superfan season ticket holder, you're also a PF UFA member. Why don't you talk about that, my friend?
Well, yeah, I'd love to. That's a wonderful organization. I've made so many friends all over the country, and I'm so proud to be a part of that. Our charity and our donations and the stuff that we've done for the J. Babe Center. It's like a children's place. We've been supporting it now for 20 years. And it's pretty cool. I first went back when they were doing the Hall of Fame, when Visa was putting us in. I went into the Hall of Fame in 2003. So that gave me an invitation to go to the Pro Football Ultimate Fan Association the following year in Canton. And I became a member of that, got to ride on the float in the parade. I mean, that was one of the coolest things I ever did. And it was the same year that Barry Sanders and John Elway went in. So I'm right on float in the parade and looking right back at them guys in their cars, and I'm going, pinching myself. Is this real? You know? And so, yeah, we just had our 20th anniversary this year. Yep.
That's
Pretty
very
cool
cool, my friend. Very cool.
So the long-suffering Lions fan is a well-known tradition in the NFL.
Sure.
What is it like to actually have a team that not only to root for, like obviously you root no matter what, but that is actually really damn good?
Yeah.
It's so darn exciting. I mean, you know, I've experienced it before in the 90s. You know, we went to the playoffs like 6 out of 10 years and had a lot of fun. Went to the NFC Championship game. But for this generation, this is their first time. And for us, it's like, finally, you know, we sat through 0-16 and we sat through all those years. It's funny. It's the awareness we're finally getting around in the media and stuff is cool. And it's like, for the last 10 years anyway, I hardly leave the house without my Lions gear on unless I'm going to a wedding or a funeral, you know, and I still slip the socks in. But I went to the doctor's office today with my Lions jacket on, and 3 different people said, "Nice jacket," which was cool, you know. But I said to the receptionist, I go, "I've been wearing this jacket in here for years. Nobody ever said anything before."
Bandwagon fans.
It's fun, you know. It's fun. We're really enjoying it, and it's like we're taking them all. Come on, hop on, you know.
Absolutely.
This city's going crazy.
No, you guys deserve it, man. Like I said,
already. We
so
have
happy to
yeah.
see you guys and the Vikings have decent teams. Being an NFC North guy my entire life, I'm just happy for you guys, just not the Packers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm just glad it's not the Packers.
See, that's one of the most coolest things we have in common.
Yeah. I think the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears all have that in common. We
Oh,
all are
yes,
happy
we do.
for each other as long as it's not.
Well,
the
yeah, we had to
Packers.
sit and watch Rodgers and Favre for 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
He gets old.
Exactly.
God.
Exactly.
I was so glad when he left. I just yeah, that's a good one. I was it was 4 or 5 years ago, I think, on Sunday Night Football. Favre threw a long bomb, or not Favre, but Rodgers threw a long bomb and beat us on the last play of the game.
Yep.
I was so pissed off about that. I learned a good lesson that day, man. I got back to my truck, and I should have waited. We usually sober up for a while. I was pissed. I got my truck, took off, and started heading home. Went out, cut in front of a bunch of cars to go hop on the highway, and this Detroit police officer pulls me over before I even got off the ramp, man. I'm like, I'm going down again.
Too much Pilgrim juice that time.
I rolled the window down, and he walks up, and he goes, "Where's your hat?" What?
That's
He goes, "Where's your Pilgrim hat at?" I go, "In the back seat." He's like, "Are you crazy? What'd you do that for?" I go, "Man, I'm just upset. That stupid game." And he's going, "Calm down, calm down." And he asked me a few other questions and tells me he knows Crack Man, Uperman. You know, he works over by where we tailgate and stuff. And that's how he knows me. And he finally goes, "Are you okay to drive?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm not drunk. I was just angry, you know." And he goes, "Well, you dumbass, you're so lucky that it was me. So you better never do that again." And to this day, I won't even start my car if I'm pissed off, man.
You got the golden ticket, my friend.
So, yeah, bye-bye, Rodgers.
Now, wasn't Aaron Rodgers' last pass for the Packers, an interception from the Lions
I think
in
so.
the NFC.
Pretty
So,
sure,
I mean,
wasn't
you
it?
guys got
Because we won that last game and
Oh, yeah,
kept
they
them
kept
out of the
them
playoffs.
out of the playoffs that year.
Yeah, that was the
yeah.
last time
Yeah.
you ever threw a ball as a Packer was an interception to the Lions, my friend.
Yep.
So,
I tell you what, I didn't go
That's
that year because I don't go when it's in January. But I was there this year. It was so satisfying in the stands chanting "Let's go Lions" instead of them at our place going "Go Pack, go."
no.
They were so grouchy, and it was great. Man. It's our turn.
You
It's our
guys
turn.
deserve it, man. We're happy for
Yeah,
you,
they
man.
definitely
We're
do.
happy for you.
Thanks.
We have 3 losing teams in the NFC besides the Packers, so one of us need to do something, man. One of us need to do something. So on top of PFUFA, you also got involved, and I saw you there this year at the Tailgating Hall of Fame, my friend. Why don't you talk about how you got involved with that?
Okay, shout out to the Godfather. Hans, he's the man. He's the one that gave me my coin several years ago. Met him here in Detroit in the parking lot when he was first getting things going. You know, he'd only been doing it 3 or 4 years, I think. But we just became fast friends, and I just love the Tailgating Hall of Fame group, the people we have. I was sick. You know, I hardly even talked to you guys there in August because I'd had surgery and was recovering.
Yeah, I know you were telling me about that.
You know, I shouldn't have. I overdid it the first night and was pretty much done the rest of the day. I managed to do the parade at PFUFA, and that was about it. But I really like what he's done with the whole group, and it's so fun when we go on the road, you know, to have our fellow Tailgating Hall of Fame group with us, you know, and do our coin shots and stuff. You know, it's so fun.
Yeah, dude, that's what it's all about, man.
I really enjoy that.
Do you think he goes as Hans Gruber during Christmas time?
You know, I'll have to ask you that. That's one
I've been trying to get him on the show. He's been dodging me. So I had Doc Lightning Sam on here a couple weeks ago when we played the Charger. So I'm going to ask you, like I asked him, just to harass Hans and tell him to come on the podcast already. Give him some shit.
We were texting back and forth a little bit yesterday, me and him.
Just say, why are you dodging Foz on the podcast, man? What the fuck?
Oh, no, I meant Sam. I was talking to Sam Sunday before the game. I had my Swoop and D shirt on.
Yeah.
Crack and Megan and a bunch of them were all out there for the game. I wish I could have went.
I saw Crackman did Doc Lightning's video, which is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
And then yours and Denny's video that you guys did a few weeks back in the hotel was absolutely hilarious too.
Man, me and Denny got out. We couldn't drive any longer. We got out in that hotel in Tennessee, and we're wired. We weren't going to bed. You know, we cracked a couple beers and we were giggling, saying what we could do, and then it just kept building up. Man, we laughed our asses off when we were doing that. So
it was funny, man. It was funny. I got Denny coming on for the game. In December when we play you guys again in December. Yeah. So he's my other Lions fan. I talked him into it.
Excellent. Yeah. Denny's my partner, man. That was a great trip down to Tampa, boy. We had a blast. Yeah. And it'll be fun. We bring the tub over to you guys too. So yeah, ready to go.
Awesome, man. So what else you got going on the rest of the season, Pilgrim? I know Thanksgiving's coming up. Your special
you know, we got the game Sunday already, so Saturday nights I can hardly sleep because I'm just laying there thinking about the tailgate and this and that and this and that. I swear, man, it drives me crazy, but I get so darn excited, you know, like it's Christmas Eve or something. But looking forward to seeing. Ray told me he was coming over Sunday. We got
a bunch of fat members going down to Detroit. I think Rey Mysterio's going to be there. Ray's going down. Tien's going down. A couple other fat members.
Great.
Yeah, we've been traveling, man. So I think they'll be at the fun, man. Gators on Sunday.
It's a shame. All the years I worked and could afford to travel, not many people travel. Now everybody's traveling all the time now, and I do a couple each year, so it's better than nothing.
I always wondered at those Lions Thanksgiving games, how expansive is that feast in the parking lot, that Thanksgiving feast?
We lay it out. We have probably about I would say, 3 or 4 tables, about turners underneath it. We have a sign-up sheet, and we put it out like a couple weeks ago, and everybody updates it and says what they're bringing and stuff. And it's quite a spread, man. We lay out quite a bit of food, and most of it all gets eaten too. You know, we have a large crowd. We got some friends that just come in just for, you know, it's not even their teams or whatever. They just come in for Thanksgiving
yeah, of course,
to hang out and tailgate with us, you know.
It's like those wackos that line up at Best Buy.
Such a great tradition, man. Such a good tradition.
Yeah.
We'll be down there, you know, 5:30, just getting everything set up and ready to go. And yeah, this is my grandson's a year and a half now, and so this will be his second Thanksgiving game we're taking.
Oh, nice. What's your grandson's name, Mark?
His name's Noah. Yep.
Oh, shout out
we
to
took him
Noah.
last year, and he was small, you know. He had the headphones on. And my daughter just pretty much held him. But this year he'll be able to, you know, move around a little bit and enjoy it too. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so I went through all your pictures, everything, saw all the past videos. I know you posted like a little highlight video of all your footage from Thanksgiving. So you started bringing your daughter when she was a little girl, right?
Yeah, she's 12 years old.
Every year now. Like, how old is your daughter now?
She's 32. Yeah.
32. So from now until then, she's grown up with Pilgrim on Thanksgiving at the
She really has, man. And I was a single parent, you know. So since I was 4, I raised her by myself. So every year she would get upset with me because she had to go to grandma's. Well, I went to the game on Thanksgiving. And back then we were pretty hardcore, you know, partiers. We drank and got crazy, and I couldn't be responsible for my child. Was the whole reason I wasn't taking her, you know. So finally, when she was 12, I said, "All right, honey, you know, you're old enough now that if I do something stupid, you can take care of yourself." You know. We loaded her up.
You can drive now.
She had a blast, man. She was on NFL national commercial the following year that they had filmed of her at the first game with her turkey leg. And oh man, I was so proud of that. That was cooler than anything I ever did. You know,
that's so cool.
Yep.
3 generations of Mullins now. You, your daughter, and your grandson now going to the game. That's really cool, man. That's a goal I got.
It really is. Yeah. It's a great tradition we have. I mean, we for 20 years we had Thanksgiving on Friday at my mom's. So she got tired of us coming home, you know, 5, 6 o'clock. Wiped out, have some food, and fall asleep on the couch. So she started going to her brother's on Thursday, and we went to the game, and then we had Thanksgiving at her house on Friday. So I got 2 Thanksgivings every year.
There you go, my friend.
You can't beat that.
Years, you know. Now she's moved to Virginia, where my sister is, and retired. But those were good years, man. Going with my kid. And,
now, Mark, you used to be a little bit of a larger man back in the day, my friend. Now you're a pretty skinny Pilgrim. A lot of exercise, diet there.
Thank you. Yeah, I lost 250 pounds. I would have died. Wow. I had the gastric bypass way back in 2008 when they were, you know, it wasn't even that popular yet. But it worked for me, and you know, I've kept it off all this time. I'm right about 300 pounds right now. Just
good for you, man.
I want to live. You know, I been through a lot. And 6 years ago, they gave me 5 years to live with the cancer, you know, and I just got scanned.
You're also a cancer survivor too.
I just got scanned a week ago. I'm all clear.
Congratulations, my friend.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Woo! That's my so I got a real reason, and plus now I got my grandson, you know, I got to be around and watch him graduate, you know, see him play football and whatever he wants to do. So
that's amazing.
We're definitely teaching him how to be a Lions fan already. It's pretty cool. He's cruising around the tailgate. He's got a slider in one hand, a White Claw in the other hand. This Willie Big Dog from Cleveland, he had one of those great big Willie Dog chains around his neck. It was dragging the ground, but pretty darn cool.
Oh, man. All my listeners are also going to get to know Willie. He's going to be on the show when we play the Browns later on this year. And if anyone knows Willie, dude, Willie is
he's character.
He's so fun.
He came dressed as their bye week. They came up and tailgated with us. And
Black Jesus, right?
No, he was the Cowardly Lion.
Was he the Cowardly Lion?
Great, man. Oh, yeah. It was great, man. We had a ball with him as usual. I got a great Willie story real quick. Back in the spring at the draft, I ran into him down on the main floor, the inner circle, and he was blabbing away talking. I come up, spun him around, and dry humped him a couple of times. And the lady security guy about freaked out, didn't know what to do, man. Everybody kind of cleared away from us.
Fan unity. We hump each other. It's what we do, baby. Come on.
So, you know, Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was
That'd be
so
good.
funny. He actually posted something because he was at a Lions away game a couple of years ago, and he was in the Detroit newspaper, and it said, "Confused Browns fan dressed up for a
Oh,
Detroit
yeah.
Lions game."
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It showed him in his Browns gear, dude. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Confused Browns fan. Oh man, well, it's going to be a great time seeing you when you come in town on the 10th, Mark, and
looking forward to
playing
it.
you this weekend, obviously in your own home territory. So let's talk about that game a little bit.
Sure.
How are we feeling about it on your end this weekend? Because not feeling too good about it over here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, we feel pretty confident. I mean, I see the line was like we're getting 9 or giving 9 or something, but we showed how vulnerable that our defense can be last week. You know, that was a shootout. But
Lee won't have their problem this week.
I was trying to find a nice way to say that.
No. We don't sugarcoat on this show.
It's
I
okay.
realize.
It's
I
okay.
realize. You know, I feel for you guys because we've been there, man. You know, you got talent on your team.
It's just
so,
the
yeah, I
worst
do
when you're
feel pretty
not
good.
supposed to be there and you're there. That's what actually makes it the worst.
Yeah. Oh,
We're not
that's
supposed to be this bad.
we're digging Montgomery. You know, I don't know what his problem was over there, but
We didn't want to give him money. That was the problem.
oh, is that what it was? Yeah. But yeah, we're liking him. The combination these days, you know, all teams got to have 2 running backs. You know, that's
Yeah, I
just
thought you guys were crazy for drafting that kid.
everybody did.
Everybody.
Yeah. And
they
that
were
kid's
just
been
talking Brad
amazing.
It was
down.
like a reverse engineering of a roster, and everyone laughed about it.
Yeah.
And, hey, man.
I
And
thought for
look
sure
at
you
those-
guys were going to go first round defense during the draft or something.
Yeah, Jalen Carter was sitting right there.
Everybody
Yeah.
wanted us to stay pat and take Carter. That's what everybody wanted, and we knew he wasn't going to do that. Just
Yeah,
because
him and your linebacker would have been a beast.
We still need a big defensive tackle, and we could use another linebacker and a nice shutdown corner. But we're in a lot better shape than we were if we keep the guys healthy. But yeah, I feel good about Sunday.
Looking excellent. You're looking excellent.
So you think your quarterback's going to play Sunday? Have they said?
I mean, that's what I was going to
Uh,
ask you. What you think the score is going to be? And I think that's really going
Oh.
to depend if Fields
That
or
will.
Bacon's playing.
Yeah.
Give me a score. What do you think it's going to be on Sunday, Mark?
I'll say we're going to win 27-19. How's that?
Okay, that seems like
Nice odd number. Right.
Feels fair.
Right.
Maxwell,
Yeah.
what say you, sir?
Lions 31, Bears 10.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm going to go Lions 34, Bears 13. I mean, it's kind of looking like Bajan might be playing. That's the reason I'm really going that score route. And even if Bajan doesn't play, it's going to be Fields' first game, kind of back in the groove on the road.
And our house has been rocking, man.
Yeah,
versus
Jared Goff
Goff is really good.
Yeah, Jared Goff has looked really good. Your running game,
I know.
Excellent. Yeah.
Everybody's
Our run defense has
so
been
down
pretty
on
awesome.
him. I don't get it. You know, he's playing like an all-pro, man. I love
Oh,
Jared.
Montgomery's going to want to shove it up our ass so hard on Sunday too, because he's
Those kind of games are you gotta love that. I definitely having him in my fantasy lineup this week.
Yeah, definitely play Montgomery because
Yeah.
you know he's going out there with a grudge on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Cheers to Pilgrim. Much love from Chicago and the Fats, my friend.
Yeah.
Have one
I'm
love,
looking
brother.
forward to tailgating with some of your people Sunday. Yeah, I'll reach out to Ray here in a day or two and get something nailed down and see what's going on. So
Yeah, they'll be there, man. I think they're coming
Yeah.
in Saturday night's the game plan. So
Yeah.
reach out to them. You know the Fat
Yeah.
Crew's always traveling, my friend.
yeah.
Other than that, Pilgrim, I got nothing else for you, bud. Is there anything else going on you want to talk about? Anything fun, exciting?
Well, not really, except getting fired up. You know, week from Thursday is my big day of the year, man. I get to the point where I'm giddy like a schoolboy. You know, just going crazy, wanting to look under the bed to see what I'm getting for Christmas. You know, so I would just like to wish all you guys and all your listeners and everybody early happy Thanksgiving. And go Lions!
Awesome. Thank you so much, Pilgrim. You have a great one.
right.
And we'll see you on TV on Thanksgiving, my friend.
Okay, and I'll see you
All right, bud.
in about a
Have a
month.
good night, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
man.
Dude, such a nice guy. Love Pilgrim to death. Met him a couple years ago at the tailgate when we were at the CBTC lot. And just a fun guy, dude. Fun loving. Came over, hang out with us. Very social. So
That's awesome.
Love them to death. Love them to death. Can't wait to see them on the 10th. Other than that, before we wrap everything up, guys, again, Salute to Service Month. Hope you guys noticed the background. Definitely get out there and do your salute to service. Support our troops. Support with the gear. Make sure to check out Bear Army. Here's a little short for everyone. So reach out to me if you're interested, or if you know Lorenzo watching the show, reach out to him. He'll hook you up with some Bears gear. Like Pilgrim was talking about this Sunday in Detroit, a lot of our fat crew is going out to party with our Lions friends, the Blue Crew and the Tub Gators. They'll be at 2501 Russell Street in Detroit, Michigan. Hot Tub will be going, the crew will be going, and there'll be a lot of our fun fans down there. So anyone who's traveling for the game, that's the information. Next Tuesday on the show, we'll be breaking down the recap of Sunday's game and getting ready for our matchup versus the Vikings. For that show, I have Lavender. I got you, man. Lavender is a very fun character, very fun Vikings fan. Talked to him a while ago. He wanted to come on the show, so that'll be a very fun show. And another scary matchup for the Bears. Other than that, when we come back after our bye week, we have our first home game for FAT finally, which is going to be on December 10th. Everyone head over to our PayPal account, fattailgate@gmail.com. Make sure to secure your tickets. $25, all you can eat, all you can drink. Like we were talking about, Pilgrim will be there. The Tub Gators will be there. The Blue Crew. We're going to have a lot of Lions fans out. Going to be a very good time, so make sure to come and check us out if you guys haven't. Looking forward to seeing everyone. It's been a little bit too long. So
yeah.
Long time since the last home game.
It's been a long while.
Well, anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching as always. I'm sorry we didn't have too fun of a game to talk about on Thursday. But you know me and Maxwell, we're always doing our thing, and we're always trying to bear down, baby. All right, guys, thank you. You have a great night.
Thank you, and go Bears!